Sonic has been around for years and has had many different types of playstyles: classic, adventure, boost, the unforsaken. But with this new game, Sonic Frontiers, it seems that he will be getting a mix of both adventure and boost in the same game. With the second update coming in around June, this spin dash is coming, and it's got me thinking, could momentum and boost work in tandem with each other? I put up a poll, and surprisingly, out of the 400 votes, a whopping 93% said yes, and only a 7% said no, which I did not expect. I thought it would be either a tie or a lot of people would say no. So now I'm on a mission. I want to find out the perfect way for momentum and boost to coexist with each other. So before we even get into how this will work, we need to understand what makes Sonic fun. We have to go back. Sonic 1. Ever since then, what has been Sonic's gameplay philosophy? It's always been Sonic having speed as a reward for memorizing the levels and the most optimal path to keep your speed. From the classics and adventure, Sonic has been using momentum to keep his speed. And with boost, even if you get that instant speed now, it's based on reaction time, so that you don't stop moving. Sonic has always been about speed being a reward rather than just for spectacle. Well, in Sonic Frontiers, this is not as prominent because he's in the open world and there's nothing really stopping him besides, an enemy or maybe you running into something. And it's not like you have a boost meter. Even though you do, you can just use the side loop to get an infinite boost. And if you get 400 rings, you get a power boost. But it doesn't really feel like you have to do anything to earn your speed due to the boost. Now, I still intend to keep the boost, but we have to find a way to make it so that they can work in tandem with momentum. First, let's look at what type of momentum we have in Sonic Frontiers in the first place. Okay, well, maybe there's in the jump. Oh, okay, well, there's no jump momentum and there's not much ground momentum. Okay, so I don't expect anything on rail. Okay, what the fuck? It seems like Sonic's regular physics and Sonic's rail physics work a bit differently. When Sonic is on the ground, no matter what slope or speed, you will not carry any momentum with your jump. Which, it was one of the most fun things about momentum in any Sonic game, especially in 3D. Because with a jump and momentum, you were able to make large gaps with the jump. And it also gave skilled players an edge. But on rails, if you're going fast and you jump at a peak of a bump, Sonic will launch as high as into the air as possible. And you can pull off some crazy skips with this too. Hell, you can skip the entirety of Ares Island with rail jumping. And the drop dash has some momentum as well, but it's very little. So momentum does exist in Sonic Frontiers, but it wasn't enough. Sonic's core movement still doesn't utilize both momentum and boost effectively. So we need to look back. We need to look back at the first game that even had boost in the first place. Unleashed? No, even earlier. Sonic Rush. Sonic Rush is a DS game released in 2005, and it was the first Sonic game to have the boost mechanic, but it also had spin dash and momentum. And something that was really cool in Sonic Rush is that when you reached a max speed, Sonic would be in this state where he was always boosting even if you were holding down the button. And you would have this after image behind him, and momentum was still a big player because you can use it in jumps to make different gaps and make large jumps. But a problem with Rush is that boost still took up a lot of the movement and the speed. So I had to look even further. Then we got to Sonic Advanced. Sonic Advanced had something much similar. When Sonic reaches top speed, he still has that after image implying that he's at boost speed, even though the game didn't have a boost in it. So that got me thinking, what if we take what they did in Sonic Rush and Advance and modify it to work in Sonic Frontiers? You motherfucker. We know that in Update 2, Sonic will have a spin dash. From what we know, it's somehow tied to the boost meter. I don't really know how it's going to work or if it's going to amount to anything, but it doesn't really matter right now. So what we can do is that you don't even start off with the boost, but as you build up momentum with the spin dash and using momentum, Sonic gains speed and gains speed, and he keeps that speed. As you get faster and faster, you start to reach your top speed. And once you reach your top speed, Sonic then unlocks the power boosting speed. The spin dash will have his use as it did in Sonic Adventure, gaining speed and allowing for momentum jumps and stuff like that, and the boost still exists. And just because Sonic is in his boost doesn't mean that momentum is gone. If Sonic is in his fastest speed, he should be able to launch himself as far as possible and be able to make jumps using the momentum. Use momentum with his fastest speed to get the most out of it. It rewards the player for being able to keep up with this high speed, but if he stops or something halts his momentum at all, he loses his boost form and has to go and regain his speed and momentum again. I hope that the spin dash also works in cyberspace, because I'm gonna show you right now. I'm using a mod called the Tracker's Physics Tweak, and it gives Sonic really good momentum physics and basically fixes his controls in cyberspace and actually makes playing 2D levels really fun. I mean, look at this. Look at this. So yeah, I feel like if we were to really crack down and find the perfect mix, Sonic Frontiers could work with the boost and momentum in mind. Now, will it actually work like this? I highly doubt it. Honestly, as long as we get something similar to Adventure 1, I'll be more than happy, okay? But that should be like the blueprint for Sonic momentum going forward. Adventure 1, I feel like cracked it. I'll say this forever and I'll always stand by this. Sonic Adventure 1 was the perfect transition from 2D to 3D gameplay wise. The momentum roll carried with the spin dash. Sonic going down a hill would go fast, going up would go slow. The jump momentum felt satisfying. I could show you this one example in Red Mountain when there's a little ledge on top. Now usually there's like a path with springs and stuff, but if you're a skilled player, what you can do is you can go onto the incline, spin dash, and then Sonic would launch up, and you didn't even have to go to the spring. You would just launch up with your momentum. That's what momentum does. It enables players to think outside of the box and use their skill. And the problem people have with boost is you just get that instant speed and it doesn't feel as rewarding. But we can still find a way to make the boost and momentum rewarding. We fix the biggest problem with boost, having it not being rewarding, and make it the reward. That is probably the best way to fix it. So that is basically all I wanted to say. So I'm excited for this because I know we're kind of like a while away. When I upload this is gonna be May 1st, right? I think so, at least. So by the time this goes up, it's gonna be about a month and 23 days until the next update. So as far as we know, because Sonic's birthday June 23rd. As far as we know, it's gonna be that. So yeah, I'm hella excited for this. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, comment what you think. Because a lot of you already put your opinions in the poll, and I really liked hearing from you guys, and all your thoughts and stuff. I'm genuinely surprised that a lot of you voted yes. I thought it would be a mix, or at least like more wavering into the no. But I feel like y'all share the same sentiment as I do. Again, reminding you guys, let's try to hit 1,000 subscribers before June 23rd, aka the release of Sonic Origins and the update 2. And I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking what I should do for 1,000 subs. That's gonna be really interesting. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll think of something. But that's all I wanted to say. If you guys enjoyed, like I said before, like, subscribe, comment, notifications, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care and peace, y'all.